everyone. Thank you so much for being here, for showing up on time. For those of you who don't know, my name is Jonah Kai. I'm a diamond in Prime My Body and been doing this for three and a half years or so. And when I first got started, I didn't really know what I was doing. I was a bit ignorant in network marketing. I kind of thought that I knew it all already because I had previous sales experience. But I realized that network marketing is a bit different than traditional sales. So what I did to improve my own efforts is YouTube how to get better. Every single time I had a question, how to handle objections. I would type in how to handle objections in network marketing, and how to be a better closer, or what happens when you run out of your warm market. And every single time, Todd Falcone popped up, and he became one of the top 2 people that I listened to literally every single day, and just really enjoyed all of his teachings. He's got over 30 years, so 3 decades of experience in our profession, traveling around the world. He's been over 30 countries, and actually he's done speaking tours with our CEO, Paul Rogers. He's also the author of several books. One of them he's going to speak about today, and he's also created several amazing educational platforms that are actually some of the longest running teaching platforms in our entire industry. So one thing I will mention is that Todd is being extremely generous with his time and offering us his coaching services today. Normally, he's not that easily attainable in terms of getting him to do a live presentation. So super thankful to you, Todd. Really an honor to host you for our team. And I'm really excited to have our team learn more about your offerings as well.
My pleasure. Well, good evening, everybody. Apologize for the short delay. I was like, are you getting on the Zoom? And he's like, it's your Zoom. I'm like, what? I've been living in Zoom land so much that I forgot I actually set up the Zoom meeting for tonight. So my apologies for being a few minutes late, but great to be here. Jonah Kai, thank you so much for having me. Good evening, everybody, from wherever you might be coming in from. In fact, do me a favor in the comment section, the chat section. Type in where you're coming in from and how long have you been involved in network marketing. So if it's 2 months, put 2 months. Don't just put 2. So I know if it's 2 months or 2 years. Just kind of curious to know what audience we have here. So we've got Mexico, Hawaii, Mexico City, 2 months, 2 years. I'll get rid of that. I'll handle that. All good. Cancun, Mexico. Love that place. Love Mexico City as well. Very fun. Oh, Querétaro. I've been there. I've spoken in Querétaro. San Diego, 4 months. Mexico, 1 year. 3 months, 2 months. 6 meses. Excelente. Mi español no es muy bueno. Estudié en escuela por 7 años y no uso mucho. So that's all you got for tonight. So, bienvenidos. Todas personas. It's great to be here. So, all right, 1 month. Okay, so it looks to me like we've got a pretty new group here. Let me just roll through here one more time. So Rebecca, 5 years, I think is the most. 3 years, Jonah Kai. Okay, so all right. Okay, cool. Let's go. You guys ready? Are you ready? Yes, good. Okay. So as Jonah Kai mentioned, I have been in the network marketing profession for a little while, 31 years. And that 31 years has been every single day of my life engulfed in network marketing. I didn't come into network marketing 30 years ago and then split for 20 and come back for a couple, then split for 8 and called it 30. I have been in the business for a very long time. In fact, my entire adult life has been in network marketing. I started at the age of 22. So I started very young. I started right out of college. And when I first got introduced to network marketing, I'll actually share this with you real quick. So when I first got introduced to network marketing, I was going to school, trying, getting my degree. I was about to graduate from Long Beach State and looking for a job. Pretty normal, right? And I got this phone call from some guy, and in fact, I remember he called me and said, hey, my name's Jim. I'm from Orange County Marketing Group. We're a marketing company, and we're looking for people that can train and manage others in the expansion of our company, and we'd like to talk to you. I thought I was getting recruited into a job. I thought, wow, this is amazing. This is how it works. They actually find you when you're getting out of college, and they actually search you out. I had no idea that I was being introduced to a network marketing opportunity. And I put my my one suit on and my clip-on tie, which is the only tie clip-on. Seriously, that's so bad. And went to a business opportunity meeting and saw this presentation. And the first thing I remember, and I think this is important to point out, is I was greeted with a really high degree of positivity. The people that I bumped into were really nice. I was like, this is really different, because I was actually I'd gone to a previous job interview with Enterprise Rental Car, because they hire college graduates. And I remember I went to that job interview and I walked up to the front desk, and the lady, I said, yeah, I'm here for the manager trainee interview. And she says, well, have a seat over there. And she was kind of grumpy and not very nice. So I was kind of scared of her, and I went and had a seat, of course. And then my first exposure, not even knowing that I was at a business opportunity meeting for network marketing, I walked in, and the woman at the front, she said, hey, good afternoon. How are you doing? I said, I'm doing amazing. She said, me too. Welcome. My name is Ellie. Can I get you something to drink? And I was like, before I even knew what I was getting myself into, I said, I want to work here, because of the positive energy I spent. In fact, I got to share something. This is a very important point in the lesson. So I spent the day today with my younger son and a good friend of mine who's made millions of dollars in the network marketing profession. And we were talking about what draws people to you. And he's been, for honestly, since he retired out of this last company about 6 years ago, he really hasn't found what he wants to do again. He just found his new opportunity. He's very excited about it. And he's been recruiting people like crazy. And and we were talking about, it's like, man, I've never seen you, as long as I've known you, so on fire like you are right now. And I said, I got to tell you, because you've done a couple other deals in between that one and this one, and I've never seen the level of enthusiasm or fire in your belly that I see right now. And I said, I guarantee you, that's a huge reason why you're having as much success as you are right now, because of the fire in your belly, the enthusiasm that this guy has in terms of how he's promoting his business, which honestly was the first thing that ever attracted me to network marketing, before I even knew I was looking at a network marketing opportunity. So note to self, and remember this, like, how fired up are you about the business, and do you show it, or do you leave people guessing, right? And so I was excited about the nice person. I watched the presentation. I got done with the presentation. I thought, oh my gosh, this is the greatest thing I've ever seen. All I could see at that point was 10 grand a month, no boss. I don't think I could see, like, the earth was flat before, apparently, way back in the day. Like, that's what the way they thought it was flat. It's like, that's 10 grand to me was like the limit of my thinking at that time. Because at the time I was a broke college kid, and 10 grand a month was, 6 figures a year. And that to me seemed like, wow, you've made it. Right. So I got started in the business, and, I got to be frank with you. The first couple of years I struggled. And I know why I struggled. And I think it's important that, the beautiful thing is you get to learn from my experiences. It's one thing to have somebody teaching you or training you that has no experience in network marketing. They don't know what you're going through, right? How can they possibly relate if they've never done network marketing? I've been in the field. And by the way, just so you know, I've never worked for a network marketing company at the corporate level. The only thing I've ever done is been a distributor in the field, just like all of you are. And I took all of that expertise and knowledge and success. And for the last 15 years, I've been speaking around the world, teaching the things that worked well for me to create the success. So I speak from a real position of having personally done it. I want you guys to understand that as we get into this. Because I don't know, if you wanted to learn to play golf, would you learn to play golf from somebody who's never played golf? Would that make any sense to you? Like, why would you want to learn to play? Like, my kid who outfished me today, I'm the fisherman pro. I taught him how to fish. If he was going to learn to fish from somebody who's never touched a fishing rod, would he succeed? No. He's picked up on tips on casting and bringing in a lure and all these different things. So I think it's really important for you guys to know that. And one of the things that I think is important for you to do is to pay attention to successful people, because success leaves clues, right? If somebody's winning and they're making more than you. In fact, I'll tell you a funny story, actually. This is actually, I'll give you a little bit of the small taste of Spanish that I've got. So when I was in college, I met this guy named Fernando Avila, and he was 42 years of age. I met him through my history professor. And he met me and my college roommate, and we became friends. And he, even though he's 42, he kind of hung out with us for a couple of years and went to college parties. It was a little bit weird with a 42-year-old guy hanging out with a bunch of 20-some-odd-year-old kids. But Fernando was cool. We had a good time with him. And Fernando always had a wad of cash. He had, you know, those big, thick wads where, like, it's all money. And I had pretty much nothing. I had, like, candy wrappers in my pocket. And one day he said to me, he said, Kiddo, I'll show you how to make $1,000 a week. He called me Kiddo. And I said, I don't know what you do. Is it legal? I mean, I didn't know what he did. And he says, yeah. He said, I sell cable television. He goes, I'm number one. He goes, I'm number one every week. I work less than everybody else. I make more than everybody else. And the only way I'm going to teach you is you have to do it my way. I'm like, you have a wad of cash. I have candy wrappers. So I managed to get this job for Paragon Cable in Orange County, California. We drive to Garden Grove, California, and we get in the back of his van. And he proceeds to write me out a script in Spanish. And I'm sitting there going, wait a minute, I got to go, wait. He goes, you need to memorize this script. I'm like, what? He says, you need to memorize the script. He goes, I told you need to do it my way. And so I memorized the script. Hola, yo soy de Cable Televisión. Vamos a venir a hacer todas las personas aquí con el cable. Damos un mes de prueba. Si le gusta, lo deja. Si no le gusta, todo es gratis. El HBO es mitad de precio por 2 meses. Y cuando no le gusta, vamos a regresar todo su dinero. La firma aquí, por favor. Vámonos, right? That's it, right? Now, was that Spanish or was that fake Spanish? That's Spanish. So he taught me the script. And the funny thing is, I started selling cable television, working 3 hours a night, 3 nights a week. And I go into the sales meeting on Monday morning. And you know those old dudes that love to wear their glasses down like this? I go into the sales meeting and he's got his arms folded like this. And I could just see him shaking his head and looking up at the whiteboard. And the whiteboard is where the sales leaders were. And it was Fernando and Todd, or Todd and Fernando, or Fernando and Todd every single week. These guys work 6 days a week, 10, 12 hours a day. And we beat them working Monday, Wednesday, and Thursday from like 3 to 7 p.m. Now, what's the lesson for you right there? The lesson is if somebody has a way of doing something, they have a proven way of doing something, and they're willing to teach you, you don't reinvent the wheel. You don't try to put your own spin on it. You don't try to do it your own way. I mean, I didn't know anything. I'm thinking, I don't know anything. This guy has a wad of cash. I've got nothing. And as a 22-year-old kid, I was making $1,000 a week, easy, working like 15 hours a week. It was a joke. I mean, it was seriously the cakiest, easiest job I ever had. And so I just want you guys to understand and the crazy thing is I learned that valuable lesson before I ever got involved in network marketing. Seriously, if you've got people that are more like, I want to give you a recommendation. Stop listening to broke people. Everybody's got an opinion and they certainly want to share it with you. Oh, you're doing what? Come on. Why don't you get a real job? Why don't you use that college education that you got and, find a good career or something? Or whatever the ridiculous comments that might come from people who do not understand or misunderstand the profession of network marketing, which to me is the greatest profession you could ever be involved in. I mean, where else can you go for a few $100, start a business, work in your own time, in your own hours, play when you want, work when you want, and have unlimited earning potential? And have go try to start another business, a brick and mortar business. You're going to spend 20, 30, 50, 100, 200 grand, employees, overhead, insurance, all the other stuff that's associated with it. This is a beautiful business. And so I want to teach you, and I've got limited time with you tonight, but I want to teach you as much as I can about how to win in this business, because you guys would not be here tonight if you didn't want to win, right? I mean, you got other things to do. It's Sunday night. You could be hanging out with your honey or doing whatever, but you're here on a Zoom, and I value the fact that you're here. I appreciate it. And so I want to give you as much as I can in the time that we have available. And here we go. So here's the thing I got to tell you. In fact, write this down. This is an acronym, and this is my formula for success in network marketing. It's MASS, MASS. And that stands for mindset plus action plus skill set equals success. So it's having your head screwed on straight, doing the right activities daily, doing those activities skillfully, and that's what creates success. Network marketing, more than anything, is a mindset game. It's a belief game. And in fact, driving home from fishing today, I was talking to my buddy, and we're, chatting, and we're just talking about like the reason a lot of people don't succeed in network marketing. You want to know why? It's because they don't do the work. That's pure and simple. Like, who makes money in network marketing? The people that work network marketing. The people that don't work network marketing don't make money. And that seems to make a lot of sense. But the crazy part about that is there's a lot of people that are in network marketing that say, I want to win. I want a better life. I want to be more successful. I want to have better things. And they're in businesses. They have distributor ID numbers. They show up for Super Saturdays, regional events, national conferences, weekly team Zooms, whatever they might be. And they say that they want to win, but they're not doing anything. Is it because they're lazy? Most people aren't lazy. I mean, sure, there's some people that are lazy, but I don't think most people are lazy, because most of the people that are involved in network marketing that aren't doing are working their tail off someplace else. They show up hard for their job, their occupation, whatever they're doing, but then they don't show up here. Why don't they show up here? Why, if you want to change, are you not showing up? Why? I want to have a better life. I want to have freedom. I want to have whatever I want, whatever it is they want to have. But then they don't do the work. It's this. This is the problem. This is the biggest problem. It's their mindset, their beliefs around the business model of network marketing, their beliefs around themselves, having the belief in yourself enough to know to say, I'm worthy. I can do this. I've got this. Versus the person who's involved in network marketing, and the prospect says to them, hey, is this network marketing? And they're like, they can't even answer the question. Like, if you were my prospect and you said, Todd, is this one of those network marketing things? My answer would be absolutely it is. If it wasn't, I wouldn't touch it. Do you have another question? Now, do you see the difference in the response there? I mean, they're literally like, it's crazy, because I speak all over the world to audiences. I mean, I've spoken in front of as many as 12 or 15,000 people.
Yeah.
You go to these different places, and people say that they want to win, but then they're not working. The reason that they're not working is because they got to get their beliefs straight. This is the biggest thing here. And the funny thing is, a lot of times people will be in the business and they'll think, oh, come on, Todd. Come on, Todd. There's got to be more to. You can't just tell me it's about belief. Don't just tell me, just believe. Believe and you'll achieve. Look, okay, so why aren't you working then? Well, I'm afraid of what my prospect might say to me. Okay, well, that's a belief issue. Well, I don't want to be rejected. Oh, well, that's a belief issue. Well, I'm just so worried about them not being my friends anymore if I bring a business to them. Well, that's a belief issue. Because here's the thing. If you had a high degree of belief around the business model of network marketing, your company, your products, and you bring to the table, and you talk to anyone, anywhere, at any time without hesitation. Network marketing would never be something that would be too good for somebody else. You'd think about your most successful friend, and you would talk to your most successful friend. And I want you guys to think about something real quick. If you ever have, this will be good for you. I want you to think about this. Please take what I'm about to share with you and make sure you remember this for when this happens. The next time you're in conversation with someone, and let's say, I'll take Jonah Kai for a second. Let's say Jonah Kai and I are good friends. We've known each other for years. He tells me, Todd, with this COVID thing, I lost my job. My company just went out of business. In fact, I've been trying to find a job. I'm like, I got to figure out a way to stay home with my family and make money. I can't do this thing anymore. I'm stressed out, whatever. I'm thinking, prime my body, man. Prime my body. That's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking, Jonah Kai, prime my body. That's what I'm thinking. Right? You're like, oh, perfect. He's my buddy. I know he works hard. He's got a need. He just told me he's got a need. He wants to do something different. I'm thinking, prime my body, prime my body, prime my body. And then I don't bring it up. Oh, we end the call. And I'm sitting here like literally, I'm kicking myself in my own rear end Because I didn't bring it up. You know what I'm talking about, some of you guys. Don't tell me you don't. You can't kid a kidder here. You're like, I've done this, right? So what I want you to do, if that ever happens again, is in that moment of I'm going to, but then you don't, I want you to think about, well, shoot, what was the predominant thought or feeling that was overcoming me at that moment that caused me to not act when I knew that I wanted to act? Well, I was just so afraid that he might join me and I'd have to actually lead him. And I don't look at myself as a leader. I just didn't want him to not be my friend anymore. I was just so worried that I might screw up, or I was just so whatever it is. Because then when you know what your fear is, then you can address the fear. My whole brand, like my trademark, is the Fearless Networker. My book is called Fearless Networking, or in Spanish, Redes Sin Miedo, right? So it's not that I don't have fear. I'm human. All of us have fears. But you have to, if you're not acting at the level that you'd like to be acting, and there's something that where you're holding yourself back, you need to know that the only way to get on the other side of the fear is, what is on the other side of the fear? What is it that you want? Right? Your long-term objective has to be way bigger than the fear itself. Because when you have like a level of clarity with where you're going, like I'm going here, man, this is where I'm going. Nothing's going to stop me. I know exactly the location that I'm going. I know exactly what it is that I want in my life. I know the kind of house, the color of the house, the neighborhood the house is in, the type of car, the color of the car, the way the car smells, the whatever. Not like I want to have a nice house. That's not good enough. Or I want to have a nice car. Well, which car? What color is it? What's it smell like? Is it manual or is it an automatic? Is it four-wheel drive, or what is it? Because then when you get into this visualization process, then you can start to make those things happen. And, you know, I didn't, like when I heard this a long time ago, oh, visualization, that's so stupid. I was so like, I had a hard time early on in my network marketing career, to be straight with you, on getting into the personal development game. Because when I started, think again, I started network marketing right out of college. What do you do all the way up until you graduate from college? You read books, you study, read another book, take a test, read another book, take a test, read another book, take a test, read blah, blah, blah. And then they held up a book in this actually the first business opportunity training or meeting that I went to. And they held up this book called Think and Grow Rich. And man, I saw that book. I went like this. I was like thinking, and I was like looking for piles of money around me, and there was no piles of money. I was like, maybe I have to read the book first, figure out what that means. Cause I was like, oh wait, I can just think rich. I was trying to you can try to move a pencil with your mind. Any of you ever try to do that? Like I as a kid, I was trying to get my brain power to like, wait, maybe I think it broke a blood vessel, right? I was trying to do that, and I never could, anyhow. And then I tried to do the whole think thing, and that didn't work. So I actually read the book. And then the crazy thing is, they said, like 2 months in this business, this guy said to me, there was a training event. It was a seminar that was going on in San Diego, California. It was this 3-day training called Basic Building Blocks. And it was a training event to learn how to do the business. And I did not have the money. It was $300. This is first part of 1990. It was $300. And I spent all my money joining the business. I signed up with $500 in the business, and then I borrowed $500 on a convenience charge at 28.99% interest to start out with $1,000 in product in 1989. That's how I started. And this leader in this office said to me, he goes, are you going to the event in a couple weeks? I said, no, I'm not. He said, and he just looked at me, he goes, well, do you want to be a leader in this company? And I said, I do. And he said, well, you need to be at the event. And he turned and he walked away from me. He didn't even look back and give me a smirk or a smile. He just turned and he walked away. To me, the message was clear. If I wanted to be a leader in the company, I needed to be at that event. I scrounged up the money, found the money, slept in my car for 3 days in San Diego. Fortunately, the weather's nice, so I didn't have to, freeze to death. But I did sleep in my car for 3 days because I could not afford the hotel room. That was the only event I ever slept in my car, but I did. And that event was life-altering for me. That event changed things for me. That event made me see the bigger picture. I learned a ton. I learned about that. 2 months into my network marketing career, I was like, okay, now I understand now the value of investing in myself, because I learned more in those 3 days at that event in San Diego, California, than I learned in my entire like life up until that point about business. I mean, school's great. I want my kids to go to school, but reading, writing, arithmetic, history. I mean, that, you know, the schooling system, and again, I'm not knocking it, but it teaches people how to go be a slave to somebody else, how to be a slave to somebody else's company. They do not teach you how to be entrepreneurs. They teach you how to go get a job, which is fine. You know, a job is something where you can take care of your family. And I don't like people who knock jobs by saying JOB, just over broke. A lot of network marketers love to use that acronym. I don't like it, because you're insulting the very person you want to bring into your business when you do that. I heard that like, I don't know, 20 years ago, JOB, just over broke. And so I used that thinking it was cute and fancy and funny, until I realized how stupid I was being by using that acronym. I was like, my gosh, I'm literally insulting the guy that I'm trying to bring in my business. Anybody who has a job should be like commended for taking care of their family and their obligations. But, you know, the truth is school. I don't know if you know who Jim Rohn is. Any of you guys know Jim Rohn? Jim Rohn was an amazing, he was known as America's foremost business philosopher, amazing speaker, trainer. He died a few years ago. I had a chance to speak with him probably 6 or 7 times before he passed. And he has a lot of amazing quotes, but one great quote is, formal education will make you a living. Self-education will make you a fortune. And I have, in my career, invested easily $500,000 in courses and trainings and seminars and stuff. I mean, I've invested $10,000 for a weekend retreat, $25,000 for a coaching. I mean, that like, and there were times where I invested the money and I kind of had the money on my credit card, but I was like, man, how am I gonna be able to pay that off? And I don't recall ever like investing big dollars into some event that I left and went, oh, I blew my money there. You know, and it's because here's the thing I want you to understand. Like, I'm giving you guys some stuff tonight, and you can do something with it or you can do nothing with it. Right? You can do something or you can do nothing. Sir Francis Bacon in the 1800s coined a phrase, and we probably all know it. Knowledge is power. Right? Knowledge is power. And he died in the 1800s. He's not here to argue with me. So, but I disagree with that. If Sir Francis Bacon was here right now, I'd argue with him and say, no, you know, Sir Francis, no, knowledge is not power. Knowledge is nice. It's powerless until it's put to use. Right? Knowledge, all knowledge is okay, I got this great, all this information, but it's what you do with the information that makes the difference. Like, I won't read a book without taking something from the book and putting it into my business. I won't watch a training video without saying, hey, how can I take that and put it into my business? I won't attend a seminar and take notes and go, how can I take what I learned at the seminar and do something with it? How can I apply it into my business? It's the application that makes the biggest difference. I want to encourage all of you guys right here and now that you should be spending every single day doing something to grow your mindset. What are you reading? What are you watching? What are you listening to? Who are you listening to? Who are you surrounding yourself with? You know, I had these 2 college roommates when I started in network marketing. So I started network marketing. I'm showing up every day, you know, trying to better my life. And I'm young, man. I was 22 and trying to figure life out and be successful. And I was building this business. And I would come home to my 2 college buddies. And they would be literally, this is the scene. I'd walk into the room after, walk into the apartment after a long day of like, you know, build my business. And they would be sitting and playing video games in front of a TV screen that was about this big. Like, I don't know if you're old enough to remember TVs that were like, the screen was this big and the depth of the TV was like twice the depth of remember those? Now we all flat screen, right? And they were playing a video game called Zelda. I remember the video game. I actually never played that video game. And they would be sitting there like all day, every day. And I'd come home and they were sitting on a piano bench. I don't even know where we got the piano bench because we didn't have a piano in the apartment, but there's a piano bench. And they'd look at me when I walked in and they go, "Are you rich yet?" And then the next day I come in and they would be sitting in the same place. And they'd be sitting there playing with the little video games and they're like, "Are you a millionaire yet?" Then the next day I come in, they're like, "Hey, how's your pyramid?" And I got so angry. I had enough. Like I don't know, like it takes a lot to really make me mad, but they just dished out the negativity far too much. And one day I came home and I lost it. And like, I'm 5'9". These two guys are 6'2" and 6'3". Have you ever seen a little person get mad? I mean, like, I'm not little, but like, these guys could smoke me any day of the week. And I lost it. I had enough. I opened up the windows, throwing their clothes out, throwing their stuff down the stairs, get out. I mean, I was steaming everywhere. They moved out that day, both of them. One of them I didn't talk to for 2 years. The other one I didn't talk to pretty much ever again. And they were like my college buddies, but they weren't serving my greater life purpose. They were like dragging me down every time. I'm here, I'm growing my business. Some of you need to separate yourself from negativity. Some of you need to spend less time with people that aren't serving your greater life goals. Now, look, if it's in your house and it's your spouse, please don't go back to your spouse and say, hey, Todd Falcone, I went to this Zoom and he said, you need to get out. That's not what I'm saying. Look, I've been married for 23 years, but I also don't remember, like, when you do your vows, you know, in sickness and in health, until death do you part, unless you do a network marketing deal, right? I don't remember those vows. Do you? And you know what? If you have a negative spouse, somebody that's not encouraging you, and that's like, that's a real thing. Like, there's a lot of times where one person does network marketing, the other was like, how's your stupid thing doing? How you doing? Like, I hate, why are you spending so much time with that business and not with me? And dudes are the worst. Women aren't so bad with this. The dudes are the worst. Men are awful when it comes to this. Oh, you should be cooking my dinner and spending time with, why are you on the phone? Who are you talking to? Oh my gosh, it drives me freaking nuts. You know, now look, there's two ways out of that. Number one, you work your butt off in this thing and that'll shut him up. I'm telling you, and then he'll take credit for it. It'll be like, let's say it's Dan and Sue, like Susie's the one that's building the business, and Susie's like works her tail off to get to the top of the company, and then Dan finally goes, oh my gosh, look, I quit my job because of you, and then he'll walk across the stage. No, we need to have it say Dan and Susie, even though Dan's never recruited anybody in his life. I've seen that happen. That drives me nuts too. But one of two things, if you want to shut him up, go get to work. You have a short runway. You need to get after this thing. Or two, you need to sit down with your spouse and say, honey, look, I love you. I want to spend the rest of my life with you. And I don't want to have either of us have to go work for somebody ever again. I'm doing this for us. And if you would just give me the freedom to go do this and support me, you don't have to do it with me, but just let me do this because I'm doing this for us, not for me, for our family. And maybe you can get a little extra support in that way. But I just think it's so important that you guys understand how crucial it is for you to get the mindset thing. Because what is mindset? I mean, there's different definitions of mindset, but mindset is like a set of beliefs, right? It's like I have this success mindset. I know I can do this. I've got this. You have this posture about yourself, this convicted belief state. And so mindset is really having a belief in something, right? This positive belief that I can do it. And then if we attach this and we talk about the actions and the skill sets, and if you understand, like, network marketing is a confidence game, okay? It's you having the confidence in the company, the products, you having confidence in the network marketing profession, you having confidence in your field leaders. Of course, you need to have confidence in yourself, which is the one that needs to be worked on more than anything. That's the one variable is you. Because here's the deal. Let me explain something to you. I know we got a bunch of new people here. Some people have been around for a few years. But network marketing is a big business, $183 billion a year, global profession. There's over 100 million people just like you that are involved as independent sellers in the direct selling and network marketing profession around the world. And the profession as it stands today with the types of comp plans that we have has been around for about 70 years. You can't be around for 70 years doing 183 billion a year with 100 million people around, and it's a scam. It ain't a scam. So when somebody goes, oh, that's one of those pyramids. Oh, I love this one. You ever get the pyramid one? Is this a pyramid? And they never say it with a straight face. They always do it with some bad accent. Is this one of those pyramids? One of these days, I would love one intelligent person to say, excuse me, this sounds like a pyramid to me. Like some intelligent person, but I've never had that yet. It's like, oh, is this one of those pyramid things? You know what my response to that is? Absolutely not. Why? Is that what you're looking for? Do you have another question? I don't do pyramids. I wouldn't touch one of those. Do you have another question? Oh, no, I just didn't want to do a pyramid. Because the funny thing is, anybody who says, is this a pyramid, does not have a clue what network marketing is. And you know what I used to do? Oh, so stupid. Like, you get to learn from my mistakes. I've made many. You don't have to make, if you learn from me, you don't have to make the mistakes. You can go, oh, he already did it. I don't have to do that. I would have a guy say, is this a pyramid? I'm like, well, have you ever heard of IBM? You know, IBM, they got a president, vice president, regional managers. And then I would sit there and draw out the structure of a pyramid. See, you know, everything's a pyramid. And I'd sit there trying, that's 20 minutes later, I'm arguing with an ignorant idiot. I'm thinking, I wasted 30 minutes of my life arguing with somebody trying to defend my honor, and he still has no idea, doesn't care. And a lot of times people are down on the things that they're not up on. They're like, they put down something that they don't know anything about. How crazy is that? You're like, you know, all negative about, oh, network marketing, blah, 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 blah. I'm like, oh, so what do you know about network marketing? Oh, no, well, nothing. Oh, okay. Have you ever done one? No, I've never done one. Do you know anybody who's ever done one? No, I don't know anybody who's ever done one. So, but you're down on network marketing. Oh, you know, it's one of those things. What? It's just comical to me. So the other, I got the bad, here's the bad news. The negative people, they're always there. They're never going to go away. So you need to rise above the negative people. And the way you rise above the negative people and the negativity is you become better. You work on yourself. You work on your confidence. And so remember the formula MASS, mindset plus action plus skill set equals success. Well, talk about mindset. That's, you need to be, I don't care what book it is. You can read my book. You can listen to somebody else. If you're spending time growing every day, that's good. Doesn't have to be my stuff. I don't care what it is. As long as you're doing something daily that's filling your brain with good stuff. Because, you know, we got people in Mexico and all over the world, but this COVID thing this year, I mean, it's been tough. It's been weird for people all over the world. It's 2020 has been weird. And you could either get sucked into all the negativity or you're going to rise above it all. I'm not going to get pulled into the drama. I'm not going to get pulled into the negativity. I'm going to be better. I'm going to be more. And so if you constantly are working on your mindset around the business and you're taking the right actions, which is prospecting and recruiting, if you're not exposing, you're not in the business. Okay. Let me be real with you real quick. Okay. And Jonah Kai knows exactly what was coming today when you bring me to a Zoom. You get it right between the eyeballs. Okay. If you're not out there reaching out to people, inviting people to take a look at Prime My Body, you ain't in the business. You're a bench warmer sitting on the sidelines. You can get mad at me. I can take it. But also, I'll say this. If you aren't every single day, like, okay, you know when you show up to work the business, right? You know, right? It's pretty obvious. Oh, I'm showing up to work my business. I'm in my office. I'm going to spend time on my Prime My Body business versus playtime. We know the difference between work time and playtime. Can we all agree on that? It's pretty obvious. So on those days where you come in to work the business, if you don't spend, if any day passes where you're not inviting a new person to take a look at the products or the business, you're really not in the business. Well, Todd, come on. I had other stuff to do. Well, what's more important than a new customer or a new rep? Can you tell me? You want to unmute yourself? You can tell me if you think there's something that's more important than a new customer or a new rep. Well, Todd, I got a team. Well, good. I'm glad that you have a team. That means you did some recruiting to get the team, but that means you still need to be recruiting to get a bigger team. You never stop recruiting in this business, not ever. Wait, you mean I can't ever just lay back and relax? No, you can play all you want. You can do all sorts of good stuff, but you still put people in the business. You still put people on the product. And if you're not good at inviting, if you're not good at reaching out and say, hey, brother, man, listen, I've been thinking about you. I got a question for you. Do you at all keep your options open in terms of making money outside of what you're currently doing or whatever your invite you choose to use is? If you're not comfortable with that, then you need to work on getting comfortable with it. I used to stink at network marketing. Does it sound like I stink at network marketing today? It better not. I'm good at it because I've done it for a long time and I've worked at it. Like there's so many people, and this also drives me nuts. People say, I want to get good. And my next question is good. What are you doing to get good? Well, what do you mean? Well, what are you doing to get good? Okay. Let's take fishing real quick. Go back to the example I used with my kid. Kid, 6 months ago, never fished in his life hardly. I take him out to throw a spinning rod. He's learned how to throw a spinning rod. And he says to me, he tries to cast the rod like twice. He's like, Dad, I'm not good at this. And he starts to cry. I'm like, buddy, you've never done this before. How can you be good at something you've never done before? He's like, Dad, but I'm just not good. And he's young. He's 13 years old. I'm like, buddy, the only way you can get good at fishing is you have to start fishing. And he goes, and then you have a good coach. Your dad's been fishing since he was 5 years of age. I've been fishing for 47 years. He's like, well, you've been doing it for a long time. He goes, you're really good at it. I know. That's my point. So I want to help you get good. He goes, because he wanted to get good. He said, okay, well, I said, then you need to listen to my instruction. And let me tell you something about this kid. He's outfished me like the last 3 times we've gone out, he's outfished me. And he hasn't fished for nearly as long as I have. And the fact, I won't say that drives me nuts. It makes me super happy that he outfishes me, but it bothers me a little bit when my kid outfishes me. He outfished me today. He outfished me a couple weeks ago. Outfished me before that. Caught the biggest fish the last 2 times we went fishing. But he's an amazing student. How good of a student are you? How bad do you want to get good at this? That's a question you need to ask yourself. I got good news for you guys. Everything that we do in the business is learnable. You guys can figure this out. There's plenty of resources through Jonah, through others. I mean, I dedicated my life to helping people become professionals in this business. That's all I do every single day. I release a new video every Monday morning. It teaches you something good about building the business. I've produced a number of training programs to help people get good, but I just got to tell you guys, you got to work on your mindset. How can you continue to develop this? How can you continue to develop your beliefs? What can you do? I want you to think about this. Write down something right now that you're really, really good at. We're all really good at something. Maybe you're an amazing artist. Maybe you're a great pianist. Maybe you're a great guitarist. Maybe you're a great baker. I don't know. Whatever it is that you're great at. You weren't great when you started. Nobody starts anything and they're like a pro. You went, okay, I want to get good at this. I'm going to do it. I'm going to practice. I'm going to continue to practice. I'm going to continue to do it. I'm going to find other experts that are better than me. I'm going to copy them and I'm going to take lessons on that. Whatever it is, that's the same thing that we do here. And I'll tell you, the more skills that you have, the better the result that you're going to have. I mean, look here. The other thing I got to tell you is what we do in network marketing is not complicated. Seriously, what do? You go talk to people, engage people in conversation about how they can improve their health and how they can have a better life for themselves. What's not to love about that? What an amazing career to be in, where we can go out and reach out to people and share a message that can, if they choose to respond favorably to the message, they can improve their health. They can feel amazing. They can change their financial future. I have been in this business so long. The amount of people that I've seen whose lives have been dramatically altered is staggering. Like, to me, that is one of the greatest things about this business, is seeing somebody who went from there to here. And it's like, dude, I know, and here's the thing, I've been in this business for so long. I know people that are multimillionaires in this business, and I know when they were broke on food stamps. And that is one of the most beautiful things. I want to see you guys win. Jonah wants to see you guys win. I want to leave you with a couple things before I split. Number one, this book, if you don't have this book, it's $10. You pay shipping and handling. If you're out of the country, it's a little bit more. If you go to toddfalcone.com, it's right on the front page of my website. It's TODDFALCONE.com. I will tell you right now, if you are in Mexico anywhere, don't order it. I'm just being honest, because the likelihood of that getting to you right now with COVID and the way shipping has been, it's not easy. Hopefully, it's weird how like shipping stuff in South Africa and Mexico and Asia has been very, very difficult for the last 5-6 months. So, but if you go also, let me actually show you something. I'm going to show you a couple things really, really quickly. And I've got another Zoom I'm getting ready to run off to here. I want to show you a couple things. 1 second. Let me just do screen. The book itself is not in digital. I'll show you a couple other things real quickly. 1 second. Let me go to share screen. Okay. Let me, let's see. Yeah, I think you guys are seeing my screen. You should be seeing my screen. Okay. Couple things. All right. If you go to products right here, this is my products portal at my website. And if you go Productos en Español, hang on, let me go back here. I have 3 different trainings that I have that are for the Spanish speaking community here that are in Spanish. The book, Redes Sin Miedo, my little black book of scripts, and how to win in the game of prospecting for the Spanish speaking folks. Both of these right here are in digital format. The book is a physical book. So we should get back to normal shipping here in the near future. But the other thing I want to share with you is, and look, I want you to write this website down real quick. I'm going to show you this, toddfalcone.com/team, TEAM. I'm going to actually put it in the chat if I can find the chat again. Actually, let me go to the website real quick and then I'll do this. I have a 12-week coaching and training program that starts October 6th. And this is something I wanted you guys to be aware of. This is the video on the website, explains what it is. It's a 12-week training program with me where I teach you how to totally level up your game. Every week am sharing with you specific strategies on exactly what to do in the business so you become more successful. Hang on 1 second. Let me just do this. Let me go here. All right, and then down below this video, you can see some stories from people in my most recent A-team right here on this page. Should be enough for you to decide for yourself whether you want to do this. We're almost sold out with this thing, and it starts on October 6th. The analogy that I use for it, let me actually type in the website, and you'll want to write this down, toddfalcone.com/team, TEAM. Let me just go back to the top to everyone in the meeting. And
Todd, wasn't this for $500 before, but right now it's only $99, right?
Yeah, it was $500. You guys get to sneak into a program right now that right now is $99, and it's always been $500. I've been running A-Team since 2008, every single quarter. And the analogy I like to use, and I'll use it in the video when you go to the website, is it's kind of like hiring a personal fitness trainer, but for your business. So if you've ever, how many of you ever worked out with a personal fitness trainer that have your cameras on? You've worked out one-on-one with a personal fitness trainer. Anybody? Few of you, okay? You know when you work out with a trainer, you do more because the trainer pushes you. That's what trainers do. Or even if you haven't done a one-on-one deal, maybe you've done a group fitness class, kickboxing, yoga, spin, Zumba. I think that's how Zumba is. I don't know. It's like some kind of something. I feel like I'm Zumbaing, and I'm probably not Zumba, whatever. Some kind of dance deal, right? And you know when you go to those group fitness classes, you always do more with the trainer and that group because you're not going to be the only person laying on your face. I'm not going to lay on my face when everybody else is pushing themselves. That's why we go to the group fitness classes. That's what A-Team is, but for your business. So I really encourage you. We're almost sold out. I can only take 500 people in this thing. I think we're over 400 right now. We will sell it out by the end of the week. It's $8.25 a week. I think I'm worth $8.25 a week to help you guys out. I guarantee you this, if you do A-Team, you'll do more. You cannot do A-Team and do less. It's impossible for you to come run with me for 12 weeks. I'll teach you to level up your prospecting activity, feel more confident, feel better about what you do. And it's just an amazing experience. And for $8.25 a week, you can't beat it. And the reason we dropped the price is because of COVID. So you get it. I'm back in as soon as we go into the new year. As long as I think we're hopefully getting out of this weirdness. We'll go back to the normal price point, so you guys can sneak into something that would typically cost you $500. So, anyhow, listen. Work on your mindset. Do something with your skill set. There's so many. I got free resources on my page as well. There's a lot of free trainings. But I would love to see you in A-Team. It'd be a great experience for you. If you think you could do more, if you think I could teach you something more than you learned tonight, which is just not even the tip of the iceberg, then come run. But I would encourage you not to wait, because if you do wait, you'll end up on a waiting list for first quarter, and you won't be able to get in, because as soon as we hit 500, I got to stop it. So
excuse me for interrupting real quick. I just want to ask, can you speak briefly to the importance of doing the A-Team during the season, which we're in now, which is the highest season for sales and network marketing?
Oh, for sure. there's no question that right now that we're out of the summer months, this is the best building season for network marketing. My biggest months have always been November and December. Like historically, if I look at volume increases building in the field, November and December have always been the biggest building months. You do not want to be sitting on the sidelines or working the business halfway or not pushing it at the level that you should be and you want to be during these few months. Like, I get it, July and August, people are holidaying and, enjoying the beach or doing whatever they're doing. But now, kids back in, maybe not in school, depending on where you're at, but back schooling and into the kind of normal framework after, in the US, it's Labor Day, kind of marks the end of the summer. This is the time when business and network marketing really booms. And the truth is, you know what? There's so many people that are suffering right now from this COVID without having jobs and being laid off. If you're not taking action, then, you're missing out on the opportunity to help change somebody's life. Because there's been a lot of people that have gotten involved in network marketing over the last 6 months because they didn't have any other option. We are the most logical choice for people today to be able to think about it. Like, everybody's been stuck at home. I don't have a job. Well, you can do network marketing and you can work from home. Oh, really? Without having a job? Yeah, you can join my Prime My Body business. I'll help you do it, right? So you guys need to, this is big time business building season, and doing 18 during fourth quarter is a great season to be doing it. So you can go check out the website if you want to come run with us. Love to have you. And Jonah, Kai, thank you so much for having me. I'll make sure I get this recording to you so you can do what you wish with it and get it transcribed or whatever. And appreciate all of you guys. Thanks
Thank you so much, Todd. Such an honor to have you, and I can't wait to do the 18 with everybody.
Sounds good, guys. Have a great night. Great Sunday night. Thank you. We'll see you.